Hi, this is Rick, Vintage Oddball Cards. Hope everyone's doing well out there. Man, only 6 weeks away from the National. I'm fired up. I've been trying to save some money, but darn it, I keep spending it on cards. I've been looking at some auction houses. It seems like once a month there's some kind of auction house, whether it's REA, Heritage, Love of the Game. There's a few others, and man, I should stop looking at these different websites because I keep finding stuff that I need to add to my collection. Well, I added 3 more cards, 3 rare cards to my collection. Ones you don't see very often. Usually don't see them on eBay. If you do see them on eBay, the prices are going to be outrageous. You know, you're going to see maybe the same card on, for twice as much as you would normally spend for a particular card. So the other way to find cards is through auction houses. At least you're able to bid on it. It's not buy it now. So I picked up 3 rare cards. Yes, rare cards, John Mangini. I think John is going to agree that these are 3 rare cards. The guys I respect, pre-war collectors, John, Andrew, Enough Said Cards, Dave, Blue Jacket 66. I think all 3 of them would probably agree that these are 3 rare cards. So I'm really happy to pick them up to add to my collection. And I've been seeing recently, before I show you these cards, I've been seeing recently, the way the economy is, inflation. Collectors are going to expect when they get to the National to see some good deals. But what I collect, unfortunately, I don't expect to see any kind of deals. I enjoy collecting rare, to try to search for rare cards to add to my collection, Hall of Famers, pre-war, vintage. One card that I love to add to my collection is the Briggs Meat 53 Maze. And I don't expect to see any kind of deal on that particular card. Other cards I would like to add to my collection that that are rare, some Chrissy Mathewson cards that I just can't see any kind of dip. These collectors, these old collectors that have been there year after year at the National, they're just going to end up holding on to the card unless they get, what they believe the card is worth. And a lot of these cards are so rare that, they just don't come up for auction very often. So anyway, the negative for me, unfortunately, I'm 99% nowadays collecting vintage pre-war, the rare stuff. So I'm going to have to, spend the money if I want these particular cards. I don't think the economy is going to affect the price of these cards at all, unfortunately. But anyway, the good news is I did pick up 3 cool cards. I'm going to start with the 1927 Honey Boy Tris speaker. And these were made by the Purity Ice Cream Company. And Honey Boy was the particular ice cream that they were selling. It was a 21 card set. These were Canadian issue and Winnipeg, Canada. It was a small company, if you were to turn in all 21 of these baseball player cards, you would be able to get a brick of Honey Boy ice cream. But the rate to redeem these and get an ice cream, you actually had to physically show up at their plant. So these things are very, 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 very rare. I think John Mangini would agree on that this particular card is rare. PSA's only graded 2 of them. This particular one and the other one was hole punched. So when you would go show up at the factory to get your brick of ice cream, they would punch a hole, a pretty big hole on each of the cards. And you do see them up for auction. You're going to pay even a premium for the hole punch cards. So PSA has graded this one and one that was canceled, a hole punch one. And you're going to see on the back here, save these pictures for a brick of ice cream. Now, Tris Speaker, as many of you know, I think he's actually kind of underrated. His T206 card, I believe, is undervalued. He was one of the greats of the game. I mean, truly greats of the game when he played. He played center field, shallow center field. The Gray Eagle was his nickname. I mean, he was right up there with the Ty Cobbs, the Hornets Wagners. At his time, he was basically the man in center field. So really happy to pick up this particular card, the Honey Boy Canadian issue. Now, another one I picked up, another auction house win, is the 1933 Uncle Jack's Candy of Bill Terry. PSA's only graded 2 of these. Now, I would say probably there's more of these out there that haven't been graded, but I got to believe these are pretty rare. These were sold in the New England area, pretty much a local issue. Again, pretty rare to find them in auction. So really happy to pick this one up. It's 31 cards in the set. Basically before the 1980s, nobody knew where these cards came from, who made them, who produced them. In the 1980s, there was a find. There was a box of these found. And in the box, you would have a see-through wrapper with a card, and then also a piece of gum and a coupon. And the coupon was a chance to win a trip to the 1933 World Series. So again, before the 1980s, no one knew where these cards basically came from until the find. You will see a few out there actually from the find that the wrapper hasn't been opened, the see-through wrapper, wax wrapper. On the back here, you're going to see it's blank back. Now, Bill Terry, one of the great Giants, first baseman. He's actually the last National League hitter to hit 400 in a season. In 1930, he hit 401. He's the has the highest career batting average for a left-hander in the National League at 345. Kind of underrated, I guess you would say, for those stats I just mentioned to you. His records, just a great Giant and a great card to pick up to add to my collection. A third one, another auction house win. This is a 1933 self-developing tattoo orbit of Ike Collier. You can see it's kind of grainy, kind of faded. What you would do in order to self-develop him, kid would just spit on the card, and what would appear would be a player. This one's actually fairly nice. Most of them are pretty much faded out. These are not very big, pretty much the size of a T206 card. Blank back. More scarce than rare, these, especially compared to the Honey Boy or the Uncle Jack's card, but kind of a cool pickup to add to my collection. So 3 rare stuff, 3 cards of, I'm trying to add a card from each issue, pre-war, vintage. It's going to be a lifelong project, and I'm kind of glad. It's hit or miss. If I pick up something, I could go a few months, 6 months, and not find anything. And here, I found 3 different cards in the past couple months, 3 different auction houses I needed to add to my collection. And then, of course, I have the photo of the day. This is a 1931 Philadelphia Athletics World Series team photo. This is a Type 1 photo. Hall of Famers galore here. You got Connie Mack here. You have Waite Hoyt over here. You have Eddie Collins here. He was a coach at the time. You have over here, you have Jimmy Fox. You have Mickey Cochran, the Hall of Fame catcher. You have Al Simmons. So just a great team, really cool photo to add to my collection. The 1931 World Series champs Philadelphia Athletics. Hey, thanks for watching. Again, fired up for the National. Not expecting to find any good deals. I don't collect modern anymore. It's kind of weird that over the years I've kind of done that. And I'm on to kind of the more rare vintage stuff I like to collect. I still collect, the Steph Curry's cards I enjoy. Trey Lance, I'm a 49er fan. I collect his cards, but I don't speculate on anything. I don't flip anything. I'm just a collector. And, I hope to find some decent deals at the National, but I don't expect to. But it's just great to go and meet up with all my friends and talk shop. So, hey, thanks for watching. This is Rick, Vintage Oddball Cards. Bye.